You can be the richest man on earth, have all the money you want in a bank account, but that won't make you fast on a dirt bike. This surely is one of the things I love most about off-road motorsport with motorbikes, because it just puts basically everyone on the same level, where the man is still more significant than the machine in order to obtain results. After the physical and fitness training, the most important training of all is the riding. Improving your riding skills, improving your speed, improving your resistance, where it works alongside with your fitness training. You can't think of being at your maximum potential only with fitness training, same wise you can't think to be at your maximum potential by only training riding on the track.
Feel it.
For this year, in 2024, I decided that my sole riding training would be motocross. This choice was made because coming from the injury, I need to get back speed, but also I need to make my reflexes much quicker again. And motocross is the ideal sport because the track is changing every lap. I started taking down my lap time since the beginning of the year up to now, and I was able to see my speed gradually, slowly improve. Whereas in other sports, if I go and do enduro, if I go take part in rallies, surely they are a good training, but I can't really face myself with the truth. Am I riding better or not? Another aspect very important is that in motocross you have other riders, so you need to learn to overtake other riders. This happens also in the Dakar because you might start the stage, and the stage being so long you might overtake other riders, so learning the skill to be fast at overtaking helps a lot, and the reflexes of your movement on the bike, because in rallies you don't know where you're going, so every kilometer of the track is something new and anything can happen. You could find a ditch, and if you train with motocross, you're doing jumps, you're hitting jumps, so your reflex will automatically become of opening the throttle and not closing the throttle when you have an immediate unexpected obstacle. Also, another situation that could happen is that you go over a dune and immediately under the dune there might be a rider that is stuck, that has crashed. Same, in motocross, you always ride with your fingers on the front brake and on the clutch to be super responsive if anything happens. These are the reasons why in 2024 my sole training is motocross. Just in December, 1 month before the Dakar, I will go and ride in the desert because you need to adapt to the desert and really be able to read the dunes. And it's not that immediate. I've been riding in the desert this year in January, but now too much time has passed. I need a refresh right before Dakar. Training with your dirt bike costs a lot of money. For this reason, I worked out over the years a method that will let me ride without spending too much money, and in certain cases also earn money. The way I achieved this was in two different methods. One, I started working for the Italian media for several magazines. This gives me the chance to go to press launches, test the bikes in advance before they come on the market. Second method I found is I started years ago working as a test rider for different companies, from bike manufacturers to aftermarket companies. For example, with Athena Get, a company specialized in producing cylinder kits, pistons, and ECU and electronics for the bike. This not only is a job that lets me earn some money, but it also gives me the opportunity sometimes to have the tracks all for me. So we will be doing testing at closed doors where we are the only ones on the track, focusing 100% on the product development, but also on my personal development of my riding skills. No, it's 1:59, and now let's see on which lap.
I feel it's pulling me back when I close the throttle. It's not, when I open, it's really ready, it pulls me out, because also that turn, now the last two laps I did them better. Because I need to get to the turn a bit slower, but you know, just enter it and then open the throttle.
Because the other times you hear it and it's like stab.
When I try
step.
Because that's when I try to get a bit too fast to the corner. I don't know, I'm not fast enough in pulling down the bike. But yeah, last two laps I did better.
Oh, now this is factory.
Then you'll have to put like a 149 when you feel.
Yeah.
When you go riding and training just for fun in a relaxed way with your friends is one thing. But when you want to really try to improve, it's a whole different story. You need to have someone to tell you which are your weakest points and how you can improve. During the training session, keeping track of your lap times can give you the motivation to be consistent, meaning that seeing on a pit board at the end of every lap, my lap time helps me keep the motivation high and have an intense training where I try to keep always the same lap times, but in reality, you're motivated to try and always go lower. With James at the track with me, with my Lit Pro, where I record of every moto session all my lap times, we were able to improve. Clearly, at the beginning, it's easier. Like when you go on a diet, the first kilos are almost the easiest to lose. It's then when you want to really get to a fast pace that it becomes very difficult. At the moment, I would say we are halfway through. I still need to improve on every track about 4 or 5 seconds, but compared to before, now the effort to even remove half a second, 1 second is pretty intense.
When Manuel first got back on the bike after the injury, his first race, it was, I mean, I don't want to be as harsh as saying pathetic, but it was close to it. It was more like a sked, you know, he didn't want to go into the corners and put his leg out, you know, which you can understand, having a knee injury. But yeah, he was very reserved of when he started again. But then when you see him now, it's like, yeah, you know, he's got flow, he's got movement on the bike, he's going well.
It's just incredible how much of a difference riding with factory suspensions and with standard suspensions. Today we started the day here testing some stuff on the engine, and then I went on my personal bike. This is what I mean when I say that I needed, you know, to build my business, be independent and not rely on sponsors or teams, because when you're able to afford to put the best stuff on the market on your bike and factory stuff, it makes a huge difference. And many think it's only for professional riders, but even an amateur like me, going from this bike to this bike, I'm riding much faster, I'm feeling much safer, and I just feel I can do more compared to a completely standard bike.
I've known Manuel's now from 5 years, so I saw Manuel in different phases. I'm not a rider, but I can give to Manuel my perspective if he's riding loose or stiff.
Now that we're at the track, I'm also testing different products, because then during Dakar, for sure I'll need gels to get when we have the refueling area, so we have 15 minutes to stop and have a drink. And you know, you've been maybe 4 or 5 hours on the bike, you need something a bit strong to boost your energy. But as everyone is different, everyone has a different body, for me it's important to test them now so that if anything makes me feel sick, I can change product and move to another product. At the moment, I think I finally found the right products for my body that I feel really manages to give me a boost, especially when like now I'm gonna head into a moto and will try and push and lower my lap times. Today was a good training. We managed to go from 159 when I started the day and finish the day with a 153 and solid 154 consistent in the moto. That was the goal. I'm pretty tired today. One thing that motocross and off-road sports give you is really they teach you discipline, because even when you finished riding, then you have to unload all the van, clean all the stuff, wash your bike, service your bike. It truly takes a lot of commitment to be an off-road rider.
Other than having to be properly trained to take part in Dakar, the Dakar Rally is also very, very expensive. Which brings me to the question, the money.